And just like that, we back again.
Back again.
Back again like we never left.
Like we never left.
FT Kam Gee. We are back again for another week of combat sports.
We got
How
the
you
brand
doing?
new Poppy in the house. The brand new Pops. What up?
Yeah, congratulations.
Hey,
Hey.
That's
reporting for
amazing.
duty.
Reporting for duties. You still how do you feel?
Yeah, man.
Do you feel fresh?
Man, I don't feel fresh, but I feel really good.
Feel really good.
Yeah,
Salute.
man. It's man, all the things you hear about, the feelings about being a father are definitely true. So and yeah, just every day, just seeing your little human change is it's incredible, man. It's incredible. So I'm really blessed. We're happy, we're healthy. And we getting back to it, man. Back to it.
Good stuff.
Blessings on blessings. LT, what have you been up to this good fight week time and in your personal and also in the on the combat sports side? So.
Personal life, man. Taking a break from tackle football is it's a relief. I am staying busy coaching flag football, so I'm still in that realm. Just so much easier. Don't have to watch film. Don't have to trade film.
Whew.
But yeah,
I hear you.
relaxing. It feels like a relaxation. So
I hear you.
having
So
fun. Having fun with that.
so you coaching high school or you coaching like
Hey, I'm starting all the way over
high
and
school?
building a new crop of middle schoolers, and hopefully by the time they get to high school, I can introduce them to tackle football. So
Nice. Nice.
Ah, good luck with that, man.
thank you.
But you also gotta hit on my man's producing on the seeds. Went
Yes,
to
sir.
YouTube from Tubi, hit 1 million views.
Yes,
That's
sir.
big
Salute.
time. That's big
Salute,
time.
Troy.
We on all
All of
streaming
the
platforms.
That's
that's
amazing. 1 million.
the seeds on YouTube.
And the crazy thing about virality is this is the snowball effect. It's just like compound interest, like that first you hit that slow roller coaster ride, and then now that we hit that 1 million, I'm expecting it to even go even better. So we'll
Momentum, like
see. We'll see what happens.
it's you're
Man,
really right about the virality. That's where the momentum. Once you pass that threshold where people are just stuck at like a 500, once you then the snowball effect just happens. The next thing you blink, it's 2 million. Next thing you blink, it's 3 million. And
right.
There it is. So
it's just like a bushfire, man. It just keeps on growing. Salute to you, the crew, the producers, the writers, the actors, uh,
Everybody, go check it
everybody.
out.
Go check it out. It's on your YouTube. It's free 99. Go check it
yeah,
out. And it don't and it doesn't cost also to leave a like and a comment.
do that.
It's free. Just leave a like, leave a comment, and create some engagement on that. So
We got a big show here though for this week, fight week. We should be able to
oh,
split this up and make lots of content from this.
oh yeah,
Let's
this is
get
like
it.
Thanksgiving dinner, right?
Oh
It keeps
yeah.
on eat it for days. So let's
Uh,
let's start. But where do you want to start? Do you want to talk about the recap or do you want to get into the meat and potatoes?
oh yeah, let's recap this past week. Come on, let's start. Let's talk about
Thumbnon, Neotron. Am I saying that right?
we
Amanum Youngtron versus
Neotron.
Alex Winwood.
This
starting with
was
the tongue twisters.
this was for the WBA strawweight. I'll be honest with you. This was a fight in Australia. As you know, we are stateside, so catching a fight in Australia is kind of tricky on our end. But um, watching the highlights, seeing some of the recap on it, and it looked like it was a big upset for Mr. Winwood, who pretty much the table was set for him to win that belt from the Thailand native Neontron Thamanen. But it was an upset. It was a 12 rounder, and it was based on decision that uh, the Australian native, didn't win that. The champ became, champ retained his belt. What's your takes on that? Did anyone watch this fight Australian time?
We missed the fights across the pond sometimes, those early start times,
Yeah,
but we aren't lacking in respect. It's just when you get down to those strawweights, you kind of you miss the majority of your fan base in boxing. That's just the way it's been traditionally, though. But
I mean, here in the States, we have an East Coast bias anyway. Like we go to sleep by the time they playing on the West Coast. So
exactly.
Like how many hours ahead of us? Like by the time they're fighting, we are. Yeah, you can be.
Win the next day.
You have to be like a super fan, being up at like 2 a.m. to catch, undercards. And like,
right? Did they fight yesterday or did they fight tomorrow? I'm confused.
They fought on a Sunday. To be honest, they fought today. Their time today, but today over there is tomorrow. If that makes sense.
See what I'm saying?
So right now they are in the future, but
right.
Yeah, so
we're gonna keep it pushing. We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, let's talk about the fight that happened in the UK. We have Elliot Whale versus Lloyd Jermaine, and that was at Benwood, England, at the Benwood Center. This was a stoppage. It was a foul round stoppage. Jermaine's side through the towel, as it sounds. When Jermaine was outclassed. I'll say he had what's his name? Will had 2 knockdowns in the second round, and by the third round, it was just too much damage that the towel was thrown, and that's the tale of that story. Unless you guys want to add to that, and audience, we're not trying to dive deep into this because we are really trying to get to the meat and potatoes. And like we talked about, we have Thanksgiving dinner, the meal that just keeps on giving for,
Before we get to Thanksgiving, let's get to Christmas. How about turkey?
Let's talk about Christmas. Talk about giving. That's a dope ass segue. That's fly that you talked about giving, and then this name popped up.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, turkey, Thanksgiving. Hey, listen.
There you go.
We got all the trimmings today.
Right, it's like rapper stuff. That's typical rapper stuff. Like I like that.
Okay, so Cam, do you want to touch on that one? You shared it for everybody.
Oh man, yeah, turkey's the man. I've actually been saying this for a long time. Like, why are the fights so expensive? Like, some people are they're gonna keep illegally streaming them. And I feel like if it's easier to watch the fights at a reasonable price, you'll actually get more people, because when you go through the illegal streaming routes, you have to go jump through hoops to get a good quality picture. I think if you're able to provide a product that people can get accessible, $20, I mean, you feel really good about that purchase, especially you getting a whole night of boxing for that. So I'm really excited about Turkey. He keeps popping up in the headlines as far as putting boxing on, and with us being advocates for the sport, I'm very excited to get somebody that really has that mindset, and to get the product out to as many people as possible, so that you can keep the sport growing. When I was growing up, just to use another sport, I'm from Dallas. Watching the Mavericks, they were on local TV at the time. I didn't have cable. I didn't have access to some of those things. So I became a really big fan of the Dallas Mavericks, or watching ESPN Wednesday night fights or Friday night fights, what we spoke about before on here. There you go. I like that. We have to be mindful of the access that we have to these fights, and Turkey is very mindful of that. So you got to apply the effort, and getting with Golden Boy, all the other promotion companies, to give us a product that's accessible and affordable.
Yeah, but do you because reading that tweet, he low-key wants it to be like kind of almost close to free. If you're selling a product, right? We can make it free, but remember, this is a business at the end of the day. There has to be a way, even when it's free, to monetize global viewing at a very minimal price. So
we're talking about corporate sponsorship.
Exactly. Are we going to be
right there?
We're going to be bombarded by advertisements like the Super Bowl during every breakdown. So product placement at an all-time high where rounds breaks will take longer than normal. In between fights will be longer. So if you're watching like a fight week, like on a Saturday, usually you're expecting your main cards to start, or depending on which part of the states you're in. Here in the Midwest or somewhere in Dallas, like you know that you're going to watch your main event around 10. Right now, if you're bringing these advertisements, you bring a lot of product placement because you're trying to make up that revenue for the premium where you're paying for your pay-per-view. So less advertisers are engaged. But if it's free, advertisers like the free because they're getting more viewership. So more viewership means I want to product place as much. Individuals will be forced to wear, like you will see people wearing McDonald's on their trunks, like, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be, and I don't know how Turkey's going to break down. I don't know his business model, but I understand this. I've watched soccer, and soccer was at one time the Premiership was free in certain countries, but they had to put advertisers on their jerseys, put like so many things to make it.
We're there. We're already there.
To make
exactly.
The ring, you see Modelo in the ring. You see all the beer companies.
Right.
You got the ring girls. You already see it on the trunks. You got no free advertisement, but the whatever trending internet company, Temu, you got all that stuff is there already. You get the NBA already has the small corporate sponsorship. It's invading. We can't escape it. So we might as well reap the benefits of it.
Right.
Okay.
And
they're bringing me.
And here in America, we're the only ones that have the huge pay-per-view prices.
Right.
In other countries, they're not forcing their consumers to fork over $80 for a fight night. Yeah. That's something that's unique to the American fight fan experience.
Right.
So I think what he's doing is leveling the field, and we're already inundated with tons of advertising. No matter, today was NFL Sunday. ESPN does it. They do commercial breaks during the rounds. The one thing I would not want to see is, I love the corner talk that happens in these fights. I love hearing the banter in the corners. So that's one thing I hope we don't lose that, because we lose that in some of these telecasts. But I think it's a great thing, man. Make boxing more accessible to people. You can continue to grow the sport. You continue to, galvanize a young fan base. That way the sport can continue to grow, and it increases the talent pool, because as a young fight fan, man, I want to do that. I see those guys, I want to do that, and they go to the gym, and it's cyclical. We need that. We need access to these fights. Definitely. I'm not too concerned with corporations turning profits. They're doing plenty of that right now.
Yeah.
And the one that we're gonna get for free is one I've been waiting for years. So it's gonna be the 175 pounder. So
yeah, I've been thinking about it. Like as you keep on saying that, now I'm thinking about. I was asking myself mentally this question: why do I like premium? Why do I like exclusive? Why do I like pay per view?
You're an aristocrat.
Yeah, it's I thought about the difference between having a free Hulu versus a paid one, and you don't have to deal with that 2 minutes in between your show, like an advertisement just popping and messing the flow of it, or like being product placed to death. And I'm like, golly, you're just killing my concentration. And that's the reason why most of us don't like watching cable TV, because of that. And that's why we choose to program ourselves by having these streaming channels. So I'll pay that premium amount to avoid being programmed with these advertisements. And is free always good? I mean, yes, it is good for the sport.
Hey, like, do you solve that by giving people options? Hey, I'm gonna kill you with ads for $20, or I'm gonna let you hop in for $50. I'm cool. I'm very good at ignoring things. So give me that $20 all day.
I hear you.
Those ads aren't affecting me. I'm already gonna buy what I'm gonna buy.
I think we can come back to this one and go in depth on that one.
Oh, it's gonna keep coming back for sure. Definitely.
Talking about,
all right.
Oh, wait, let me.
Yeah, I'll toss this one up. Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia. Two familiar names. It's been a little bit of a minute since we've heard them, but 12 rounder for the WBA super middleweight title. Interesting.
Danny Garcia.
I don't know if I've ever shared my thoughts on Danny Garcia. That's one of my favorite fighters. One of them, like my top 15 favorite fighters in this current fighting class. He's a guy who never ducks smoke. If you look at his resume, he has names and names and names and names, and he's got the better of those names. I remember him fighting a Keith Thurman. I remember him fighting a now retired Porter. I remember him destroying Amir Khan. I remember him fighting Spence, who had come back after that nasty accident. He's a guy who never ducks smoke. I've always respected his style, his East Coast Philly style. Like, he has a swag to his fighting. Just that he's never had that media darling thing to him where, where he is being talked. He's never, I don't know, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but his media presence I've never felt his media presence. I've never, for a guy who has been fighting big names and winning some of those fights, I think he's only lost like 2 or 3 of them. He lost to Spence and he lost to Thurman. I think that's it. The rest he's won. So what's your take on this guy here?
He definitely should get more respect. Like, when we just throw out names to fight Canelo, why not throw out his name? He's a world-class fighter. He's got a world-class skill set, and he'll always be relevant. Like, he has a chance because of his skill set, you know. So
I've always been a big fan of Danny Garcia. I love his fight style. I love his like I said, he's not ducking anybody, and I really think he's a solid professional boxer. So people that want to get into the sport, watching guys, Danny Garcia is somebody you definitely can watch his game and gain a lot of appreciation for. The biggest thing with this current fight, we have not seen Danny Garcia in the ring in quite some time. I know Lara's fought more recently, but he also has not been as active. So it's one of those things that whoever can get, as far as the fight itself, who can get into their flow faster and make something happen. But I think it's a good matchup, and that's what you want. You want, when you tune into the undercard, you want to see good fights, and I think that's something we'll definitely get from these two.
They got implications. I think the last time I seen Danny, I could be, my memory's a little foggy, but I think it was Jose Benavidez, and that was Danny's first fight at 54. I don't know if he's fought since then, but I think that's the last time I remember. That must have been on that other Benavidez. Was that the? Was that on the undercard with Clanton Benavidez?
I think so. This was 2022, July 30th, 2022.
Oh.
He fought on that one. So, like you said, he fought at the 154 weight limit. So, I mean, I like Danny Garcia. I'm always gonna make sure I'm tuning in to one of his fights. Always.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Lara's been a little more active. But you've got similar records, 3 losses each. Very experienced fighters, very respectable. Going to be very game. I expect a good fight. So, popping off the undercard with some names and some firepower for sure.
Yeah, like I said, he's a guy that we mentally, because he's in kind of my age category, I still think he's the young Danny Garcia. I forget he's older. He's an older fighter, because I still remember him stepping on the scene, fighting Amir Khan, fighting Zab Judah, and doing so good against these fighters. And it was like that young group that was coming up, the Sean Porters, him, Thurman. Who else? There was another person in that mix in that age group. AB, I guess. It was that 34 and 35 year old. They're right there, 34, 35 years old. But now, sorry. You're saying something.
I'm rambling in my brain. Technically, is this 160 then? Since it's a super middleweight?
Super middleweight should be a one. Actually, it should be a 154 matchup.
So it's 154. So this definitely can set up a Crawford fight.
I mean, it's I don't know. You got elder statesman. You got Laura. He's 41, I believe, and Danny Garcia is in his
36,
late 36. Okay,
but look at this belt.
Yeah,
we in the business of collecting belts. Is it a real belt? Like, is it a like it's so confusing. Is it a belt or is it a number one contender belt? What do they call it?
It's like it's a glorified belt right here. These, the names are getting them the opportunity on a large fight card, because to come back from not fighting in 2 years and to come back and to walk into a championship opportunity.
Yeah.
Danny Garcia has historically put butts in seats, which we always have to factor in when you're talking about these type of fights. Butts and seats will always matter.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at his resume. I forgot that this guy's fought names from Paulo Malignaggi, the Robert Guerrero, to Samuel Vargas, to Lamont Peterson. Yo, he has a resume. Zab Judah, Eric Morales, Amir Khan, Eric Morales too. No, he is legit. Like, I forgot, because in my mind I still I still think of his father Angel. I just think of, like, you forget that these guys is old now. Like, yo, Danny Garcia is of the last generation. He's not really with the new fighters coming in. It's interesting, like Philly fighters, you talk about Boots and all these young guys coming in. Like, I don't know if this may be it for Danny. Like,
so what's the distinction between the regular? It says WBA regular middleweight. Is that the
look?
real
I would
belt?
like the distinction, because I feel like I've looked it up and I've read about it and I still don't understand. So if you could clarify that in this moment, that would be great. But as far as that goes, I'm still unclear about. What I do know is that butts and seats matter. Danny Garcia has historically done that. On a large fight card like this. I don't expect him to fight much longer. You don't fight in 2 years. Laura's 41 years old. Hey, man, these guys looking for a check. I think we got a good matchup nonetheless. And when you tune into undercard, all you want to do is see some good fights, man. You want to sit back, have a good brew, and see a good competitive fight, which I think we'll see.
Absolutely. Let's keep it pushing, because we got a lot to talk about.
Man.
We moving at a rapid fire pace today.
Let's go. Bang, bang.
Strap, toss this one up.
Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCurmbie. If I'm saying McCurmbie. Geez. I know there's bad blood in there. I saw when they had the press conference thing, and it looked like Plant wanted to fight him there and then. One of them is like an antagonist, kind of like, I don't know if he's like a country. I don't know. There's something in there. I don't know the backstory. If anyone is in the know, if anyone is an ITK that could share some of that information on why they don't like each other, I just think this is one fight that is just going to be a setup for Caleb to fight for another championship opportunity, because I don't know too much about Trevor, and I won't pretend that I know that he's going to be a challenge for Plant, who has constantly shown us that he's about that smoke.
Okay, I think we may have just answered my own question here, because this one's for the interim, the WBA interim. So this is like a Super 4 matchup, right?
It's a layup to,
So the winner of this one should probably get the winner between Lara and Garcia.
Most likely. If
Am I making sense? Right, am I making sense?
Right.
If it makes money, it makes sense.
To keep fighting, right?
If it makes money, it makes sense. It's boxing. If it makes money, it makes sense.
Oh, man.
One thing we do know is Caleb Plant is gonna have some beef with somebody. That is for sure. If Caleb Plant is there, there is smoke in the air.
The slap that was heard everywhere.
Wait, okay. All right, so Caleb Plant has put himself in the middle, not only this beef that he has currently, you know, he's possibly going to fight the card before this, and he could potentially fight the winner of the main event. Go ahead and finish though, Kim.
Oh no, that's good. That's absolutely right. But all I want to say is that Caleb Plant is fighting. I'm watching because there's always some type of animosity in his fight, in his lead up, whatever the backstory is. If you're a fight fan, you love that. I mean, but he does it the right way. He always shows respect, win or loss. He always goes out there and gives us respectable outings, no matter who the opponent is. And we talked about Danny Garcia never ducking the smoke. That's all we want. These guys really try to protect their O's all the time. Go out there. We will respect it. We will keep tuning in. We will keep going to the venues because we respect guys that will go out there and try to show their skills and be the best and at that given night. And the fact that there is some animosity in this fight, come on now, you setting up another fight that we all want to see on that night leading up to the main event.
I think okay.
So I think
wait, let me clarify real quick. Yeah, let me clarify real quick. So the fight before with Garcia and Lara is middleweight. So is that they'll be at 60, right?
And then you got Caleb Plant fighting at 168.
Because he's been fighting at 168 for a long time.
Yeah. I don't think he want that 175 smoke though.
I think I figured out the backstory between that beef. I just put a link in the chat. Kevin McCambie said that Caleb lacks heart, and they've been having a back and forth thing, and Caleb called him a cheater or something. And Caleb is taking this fight personal. I don't know if this is promotion for the fight, trying to get interest in Kevin McCambie that I'm not aware of his resume like any other fighter. You know, like I'm a casual boxing fan. I'm not in the grassroots looking for everyone and knowing everyone's history and what their prior bouts. But that brings interest now. Now I want to know. I want to see what McCambie has to say that Caleb does not have heart, because I think Caleb has one. If you talk about heart for a boxer, that's that guy. He is stubborn. He will not let he's stubborn. We saw that him versus Canelo. He's a stubborn fighter.
He's known.
He's fearless.
And he was quoted on the Breakfast Club because Berlanga made an appearance on the Breakfast Club, and he had something to say about Berlanga's resume and Canelo cherry picking. So we'll have to revisit that too.
Caleb Plant gets a dub, then the implications they go up as far as potential matchups.
Oh yeah. We moving. We good here?
Yeah, we good.
All right. I'll toss this one up. All right, so we're gonna talk about this is Stephen Fulton, right? That's Cool Boy, right?
Yep.
Cool Boy, right?
Cool Boy Steph
versus Carlos Castro, 10 rounds featherweights. Another one. We getting a real treat here. This is one of the better cards that we've seen in a long time.
Is this Cool Boy's first fight?
Absolutely.
After a year? After that monster fight?
Yes, he has arisen from his defeat from anyway. So that was July 25th of last year was his last fight. So coming in, we're at September 14th. So we got 14-month layoff. 14-month layoff going against a 30-2 Carlos Castro. Last fight being early this year against a well-ranked opponent, but no one has not faced anyone at the level of Cool Boy Steph. So I already see this as a fight. When these guys take such a long layoff, they're looking for I won't say an easy win. They're looking for a very winnable fight.
Tune up.
It's a glorified tune up. We really want to see how guys come back from knockout losses like that, because that wasn't that was a domination he experienced. And I'm a big Cool Boy fan. So I definitely want to see him have a good performance on this fight. So really glad to see him back in action. Hope he's fully healthy, ready to roll. Hopefully we see a good performance, man. I really want to see a good outcome for Cool Boy Steph.
That's what's up.
I think we all echo those same sentiments. You know, we want to see if how he can respond. Can his faculties come attack? Can his reflexes, you know, are they going to be there? Is he going to be the same fighter? You know, is he going to be more cautious? So we'll see.
I would love to see him if he comes out with a win. I would like to see how he gets on the mic and speaks on his future potential opponents.
Do you think, because Cool Boy is one of the premium fighters at the featherweight bantam division, right? Do you think he could muster that momentum again, like when he was a WBC, WBA champ, to go back and get those undisputed belts from Inoue? Or is Inoue just becoming this phenom that TKO, the way he finished Cool Boy, the way he fought Cool Boy, like it was easy?
I'm gonna pump your brakes. Because my question is this: is he better served to try to get rounds and come back and knock off the ring rust, or is he better served to take advantage of his platform and have a dynamic performance and make an early stoppage and make a statement?
I think he's definitely looking to make a statement. Coming off from a defeat like that, you want to make a statement. You know, we haven't. I believe he's not like a high KO percentage guy, but you know, I know his camp is really looking to have a performance that's, you know, if not dominating, just short of that. He might be the type of guy that, hey, I might want to get a couple fights under my belt, get some rounds up, because I know he's that type of competitor where he's gonna want to come back at some point. Yeah, and I hope he does. I mean, like I said, I've been watching for a while, but that defeat was tough. So I'm glad to see you.
Now all right, now Strap. Okay, my fault, Strap. Now let's get to Strap's question,
because I'm like, let's be honest. Only one person has the belt. One person has all the rings, so you cannot avoid him. Like, if you want to be the best, you have to see the monster. Like, it's unavoidable. He's undisputed. Like, so
you're not doing it with ring rust. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, you're not. Of course,
you're not doing it with ring rust. So get out there and fight.
Yeah.
All right. Salute to Stefan Felton, and can't wait to see that fight and see if
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rolly Romero. We're talking about an entertainer. You know what I realized before we break down this fight here? I didn't know Rolly is 29. I always thought he was like young. I always thought he was. I thought he was of that crop of Haney and you know that the people that those fighters that came from post 20 something Olympics. But Rolly's 29, turning 30 next year, bro. I didn't know that. Did you know he was 29 and he had been around?
Got in boxing, had a late start getting into boxing, first fight being 2016, but I mean, honestly, he didn't beat Barroso. Gets, you know, in my opinion, he gets TKO'd by Pitbull. And then you had a loss against Gervonta Davis. Eyes were on the downhill side of his career. He puts butts in seats at the end of the day.
It's also it's the thing is about Rolly will always get fight. You know why? His style is kill or be killed. Look at his knockout percentage. Whether he's winning, I mean, he is like we talked to Cam earlier. He is like they quote unquote say he's athletic. He is explosive. Yes, he shows nervous. You could see that he started boxing late. The fundamentals may not be there like a tank who's explosive, and his knockout percentage is what it is. It's almost 100%, I believe. No, maybe not 100, quite 100, but like Rolly has a crazy knockout percentage, and he takes risks, and that's why people like him. He's a crash out guy, so he's always you know that. You've seen his fight. He was fighting Tank. He was the bully until he got, you know, I think it was a body punch, what was it? Was it a body blow that got him?
He got him on those ropes. It was
Yeah.
TKO. It was punishment.
Yeah, like
general punishment.
He was that crash out dude that fought Tank like that. Remember how he was fighting like pressing Tank, and I'm like, bro, you don't fight that guy like that. Like, you're not, like, don't do that. But that's him. That's him. You just can't. Maybe he's not that smart. I don't know what's wrong with him. But he's excited.
Go for broke. You gotta go for broke. Like, he's not gonna win a decision against Tank.
He's not gonna.
You gotta go for broke.
He's not a good boxer. Like, I mean, yeah, you're right. He's not gonna box with you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, you are what you are, and he's self-aware, and he fights to his strengths, the limited strengths that he has. He fights to them. So, and I love to say, there's always a place in boxing for people like that. There's a place for you. It's right here on the undercard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, because he is definitely a name you want to see. If he, I have no shame. I openly root against Rolly Romero consistently. So
yeah, he's like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, man, I can't wait to see it.
The curveball, like last fight, wasn't he like pressing on Pitbull, and Pitbull did what Pitbull does? And then after the fight, he talked about like Thanksgiving or something. I'm like, dude, like, remember his post-fight stuff
he was concussed, bro.
It was talking about something else. And I'm like,
he was concussed, bro. He got knocked silly, and the microphone should not have been in front of him that fight. The good thing for him was working his favor. This guy, it's his first 12-round fight, or 10-round fight, excuse me. His opponent, Emmanuel James, has only fought 8-round fights prior. So sometimes we'll have to see if the lights are too bright for my guy. But hey, I'm rooting for Emmanuel.
Here's another thing too, man. Rolly, what's the relationship with Rolly and that trainer, man? Can we find him? Come on, bro. Can we get him another trainer? Somebody.
Yeah, man. Look, some guys just don't listen, regardless of the trainer.
True enough.
I think he's, teaching the old dog new tricks at this point. Just put him out there, man, because you know what?
Is that kind of like the same?
We're gonna watch.
Is that like Deontay Wilder, Mark Braylon? Like, you have one of the you do this, you're not doing something totally different. Like, you're just stuck in your ways, and
they go and say, "Man, you need to throw your jab more," and it's all lead right hands the whole round.
That is my jab.
Yeah. Completely opposite.
Man.
We'll watch Rolly fight though. When he starts the promoter fight with his lisp, he's entertaining on the microphone, talking all sorts of stuff, and he's entertaining. Like, I thoroughly enjoy when he's like talking, just being him and just being obnoxious and annoying. And I mean, somebody you just love to hate.
We there.
What
Strap? Did you put the main event on the banners?
You know what? Because that main event. Okay, let's talk about it. Canelo versus Berlanga. I know we talked about it last episode. Let's talk about it again. Let's talk about it again today.
We got to. It's fight week.
Let's talk about it, fellas.
Oh man,
do you think an upset can happen?
No.
In the name of no. Okay.
Highly improbable. Puncher's chance. Highly improbable. Puncher's chance.
Puncher's chance.
It is boxing.
Yes, it is. We've seen that happen. We've seen Ngannou put down Fury. But I would say this. Canelo is not slowly. We've seen this happen. Canelo is right now in the matrix. He's seeing those numbers. Everyone is moving at normal speed. He's moving in slow motion. He is controlling every move. He is the orchestrator. He is what Floyd was at the end of his career. Everybody was moving too fast. He was the selector. He's the gatekeeper. He's the orchestrator. He is the story writer. He is speaking in English and talking crap. He's doing interviews. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, you seen that Big Boy interview and he was like, yo, Canelo, I want you to cuss. And like this, I'm starting to like Canelo Alvarez. I liked him before. Now I'm like, yo, Canelo is actually weirdly a marketing genius without the, having a mouthpiece in De La Hoya or in the past, the other promoters that he had. I like Canelo being genuinely, you realize Canelo kind of has a little bit of, what's the word here I want to say here? He has a little bit of not naughtiness, but he's a funny guy because we never heard him.
A little bit of panache.
Yeah, there you go. Panache.
Canelo was never a personality. He was never a personality for like the longest. It was never a personality. It was always
English has improved. That panache has ascended with it as well. I love English speaking Canelo.
He's interesting. You seen him with talking to Berlanga saying, "I'm gonna, do all that pop, 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 pop," just, and then they asked him what he's talked about. And he's like, "No, it's just, this is just, I'm giving him a chance." That's what Canelo said in English. I'm like, yo, you said I'm giving him a chance. Like that's sunning someone to the utmost, like to the up 10th level. Not saying I'm fighting you. I'm giving you a chance.
Canelo saying, I needed somebody, I needed a body, and you were chosen.
Bruh, I saw him on Sway in the Morning and the crap Canelo was speaking. And I'm like, is this him? Is this
he's code switching?
Yeah, Canelo has won me over. Like, I'm like, yo, Canelo now is in his groove. You could tell like he's his own promoter now. You could tell like he's saying what he wants to say. You could tell like the way he's moving, the whole back then there had to be a guy stopping and freaking translating, and he had a guy saying, "You will only ask him 3 questions, only 3 questions." And then De La Hoya would grab the mic when stuff got like when they would ask him about what Floyd did to him. Like I was like, "Oh, we don't want to talk about that right now." This Golden Boy Canelo is not the same. It's not the zone Canelo. Like this Canelo, Berlanga, he gave you a chance. Like Canelo said, I gave him a chance.
Yeah.
And that's all he has is a chance.
I hope they have Tony Sunshine singing the Puerto Rican national anthem, whatever that is. Do they have a national anthem? I mean, like they're American territory. Of
course, they're a country. Tony Sunshine and Fat Joe should come out and do that. That Oemi Canto. Nori should come out and do Oemi Canto.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hope that if we gotta settle for this matchup, they better bring the whole Terror Squad. I want Remy Ma there. Okay, give me that. Okay, because Canelo, we've been getting concerts at the Canelo,
right,
full on mariachi band.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know of any names. R.I.P. Vicente Fernandez. But so
yeah, like Berlanga just hit the lottery. You better get, use this chance, even if win or loss, use this chance to put a showing for your next fight, whether it's to win or to put out a good fight, put up a good fight. Don't be on your bike because that's just, it's disrespectful to the audience. We want to see you.
Nah, he's not. But he might be looking for that payday.
So this is September. So we got Plant and Berlanga fighting on this card September 14th. So when should we go ahead and book Plant versus Berlanga?
Oh, early next year. Early next year, because they've been the smoke is in the air. But hey, look, we all know what it is. It's a body for Canelo. Let's see some guys that's
who's that guy that Caleb Plant fought from Flint, Michigan? He has a brother.
Oh man, Darrell.
Tony.
Darrell.
Oh, Darrell. Yeah.
He fought Darrell. Which Darrell brother did he fight?
Andre.
Not Andre.
Yeah.
He didn't fight Andre. Did he fight Andre or
Anthony? Because I think Andre was the one that retired first.
Yeah,
Anthony actually.
Yeah, the younger one. The showing that Plant showed Because Andre, the Drill Brothers are the truth. First of all, let's start the truth.
Great boxer.
I don't think even Berlanga could even touch. I mean, respect Berlanga, dope young fighter coming up, known for his knockout bully mentality. But those brothers are the truth, and what Plant did to that man after all that crap talk. Because Plant is one of that guy. I don't know why he's always in like some personal stuff with everybody he fights, and you know he knocked him out viciously. Probably one of the knockouts of that year.
Retired him essentially. I don't know if he officially retired, but
he did the Undertaker. He did the Undertaker shovel thing, and I was like,
yeah,
yo,
that was serious beef.
Serious
beef.
Berlanga, I don't think he's ready for that smoke, but you never know. Let's see what happens with this.
He's in the ring with Canelo, like,
yeah.
Payday.
Let's see what happens.
Payday.
But yeah, like we milk this thing. Can't wait for September 14th.
I'm gonna jump over these two right here. Come to this one real quick, since it's a better segue, in my opinion. So they've been talking about. I don't know how much it is that Canelo wants the winner of 175 undisputed unification, or if he wants the winner if Bivol wins. You get what I'm saying there?
Right.
He's been in that ring with Bivol. He's felt that fire. But Better Beef is a different animal. Like that,
exactly.
He's dangerous on a different level.
Exactly. Neither fighter bodes well for Canelo. You know, the styles. I personally, Bivol can beat Canelo again. I beat Better Beef can have a similar result. So, I mean, and then as you see, you know, asking the question about Crawford retiring, I feel like that'll be the fight that we get, because we'll probably see a great performance from either fighter. If I'm talking about Bivol, Better Beef, and I don't think Canelo's looking for that type of fight right now. He's looking for big money opportunities. The money won't be with Bivol or Better Beef. It'll be with Crawford.
What if this is genius, though? What if he's counting on them to destroy each other, and then he comes in and just cleans up, play cleanup? You know, what if that would be some?
I think that's very diabolical, and I don't put it past Canelo. I could definitely see something like that going down. He's gonna watch the fight, see how it goes, and then make his decision from there. I'm really rooting for the Crawford Canelo fight, though. I think that can be a very competitive clash versus seeing him against Bivol or Better Beef. Like, I think Bivol Better Beef could be like a trilogy type of fight.
And I want to bring up this point. I've been holding this point in. Okay, Canelo fought Bivol, right?
Right.
So the weight class is 175. I think Bivol himself states that he rehydrates to about 190. Okay, and the whole argument point of Canelo saying that he doesn't want to fight Benavidez is because he says Benavidez rehydrates to 200 pounds. So, I mean, I just want to throw that out there for comparison's sake and argument's sake.
Right.
Yeah. Canelo, people are smart. They know what Canelo's makeup is. What's Canelo? We talked about it last time. He's about 5'8", 5'8.5", 5'7".
Yeah.
He fought a Bivol who's about 6'1" at most. David Benavidez is legit. They say 6'2". I think he's 6'3". I've seen him with his brother Jose. He towers his brother, and his brother's about 6 foot, 5'11". If Bivol kept you at a distance at his range and you could not do anything with your style of fighting, whether it's trying to get inside Bivol, but that jab just kept you in his range, what's Benavidez gonna do who's bigger than Bivol? Like, naturally, Benavidez is a big guy. He dehydrates himself. He makes himself fit in to fight where he fights, but naturally Canelo knows very well, like, yo, I'll struggle with a bigger dude who will take away my greatest strength, which is, changing levels, which is putting you in a trap situation, hitting your body so you open up, getting you in situations where I'll tire you out. And like we talked about the probabilities and the stats that are out. Canelo knocks out people in the 7th, 8th round, whatever. So he goes through filling you out, knowing what Bivol knew it from the get-go when he was fighting. Like, yo, he's not going to figure out my range. I'm going to just keep him at where I want him to be. And that jab was magic. It made Canelo, you could see he was turning red. He was getting frustrated. You could see whatever his ring corner guy was saying in Spanish, Saul, and I'm like, yo, they're telling him whatever Canelo was doing was not working. The whole body trying to and then there was this little thing that Bivol did. He jabbed him, and I wish I could get that clip, and then kind of pushed Canelo's head, and Canelo swung to and he missed the body, and he was in the corner, and you could see frustration.
Not saying this. 5, 6, 7, 8 punch combinations. That was the story of that fight.
He does not have the activity. He does not have the activity to keep up with a Bivol or Berlanga. So I'm really hoping that we will get a Crawford fight out of this, because
although
I don't see Canelo take fights that he can't. He just can't win at this point. He thought he could beat Bivol. That's why he took the fight. He's not taking fights that he thinks he can't win right now.
Although we have to be honest, Beterbiev is a different fighter than Bivol. Beterbiev is an aggressor. Beterbiev he's a tough guy. Bivol is stiff, but Beterbiev is the tough guy. He breaks you down in a tough. So I think Beterbiev will be like Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev gave Canelo chances to get inside, and that's what led to him getting beat. And Kovalev is like 6'1".
I don't see Canelo being either fighter. I don't see it. The styles just do not. No.
His best chance would be a rematch with Bivol, because he survived and he's got that ring experience. And
he survived. He survived.
Bivol fought limiting. He was not aggressive. He was limiting Canelo. If Bivol, I've not watched too much of Bivol. I watched 3 or 4 fights. He's like a machine. I'm not seeing him stepping on gas, but he stays on his plan. He stays on his plan. Beterbiev, on the other hand, bro, he's scary.
Right, dangerous.
He's dangerous.
Let's pivot. Let's pivot, because we got that fight still yet to come, so we can talk about that more in detail. But we still, on the Terrence Crawford tip, because we got to find him an opponent and a worthy opponent, right? So on this one, we've got Boots Ennis is ordered to rematch Chukadzane. That's the first name, last name, I don't know. He fought, but it's a rematch. They fought before, and so it's the IBF.
Yeah, I saw this, and we don't want to see it. He didn't have a chance in the first fight. Won't have a chance in the rematch. I want Boots take the fight, handle your business, so we can get to matchups that will actually entice us as fans of Boots Ennis. Because right now we're not getting that. We may have to see him move up. I looked at potential opponents. We don't really have too many great matchups for him at that 147 weight class.
Somebody that we're forgetting about is Mario Barrios. Have we thrown that out there, Mario Barrios?
No, we haven't. I think we're just looking at Boots as such a fighter with the skill set. It doesn't really entice us as fight fans.
It doesn't. But we gotta think about who's there. Like
right. I think they will come. There's gonna be a moment in time after this fight that he has his rematch. Do you stay at that weight class or do you move up? There have to be a serious decision about that, because he's getting stalled out. He's in the prime of his career. He is electric, but as the larger fight audience still does not know him at that level. And I think your time starts to dwindle if you're Boots in it. So I mean, hope he takes the fight, get the fight, set the date, make the fight happen, and let's see what can happen. What can happen after that?
Because isn't it a thing like, well, I don't know. I guess maybe it's maintain that relationship with the IBF. So when you move up, you can become the IBF #1 contender. And
Right.
for him, it's so much about alignment right now.
Yeah, with Boots, you have to do the Steve, what's his name, Vince McMahon approach. Create a champion, meaning sometimes you have to be the legend slayer. Put Errol Spence, put him on the guillotine. Errol Spence, hey, gonna be one of your biggest fights now. Either you could go show us that you're still at championship levels. Take care of this young lion. Young lion, this is you killing a legend,
bro.
Hey, you saying like a 154 situation?
Yeah. Do a Vince McMahon legend killer. Like you have to make a legend killer type of fight, like when Shawn Michaels had to fight.
They're talking about ordering the Crawford and Fundora fight now.
Right.
They talk about that's ordered. So that's ordered for negotiations.
That matchup is kind of weird, but
yeah.
Hey, make it happen. Hey, get these fight, the mandatories, get them done. Make the fight happen, and let's.
I'd want to see that though. I want to see that though.
Yeah, because Boots is kind of like in purgatory. Like he's somewhere where we just don't know what to do with you, bro.
Yeah.
We want you to fight. Really, the audience wants you to fight Terrence, but Terrence is looking at you like, dog, I just fought I fought this guy, I fought that person, I fought this one. Right now, to seal my legacy, I need to fight another person who's on that level.
The funny thing that you brought up Earl Spence, and I was thinking earlier, like we're back to a point where Pacquiao Spence could actually be a fight again, Like,
I'm stopping.
No, they've been talking about Pacquiao fighting. I saw something about Pacquiao fighting Tank Davis, actually.
No.
You see what I'm saying, right?
All that's telling you is that there needs to be some action made as far as these fights getting made. Because they want big name fights, and we're pulling Pacquiao like from 2005.
Pacquiao's gonna die.
You know what I mean? We packed this one full, and we can just really touch on this because he hasn't been relevant so much to speak, but it seems like this will be officially eliminate him from discussions, moving forward. We can just forget about basically both the Charlos, honestly, but just to throw that out there. Y'all can touch on it real quick if y'all want to. But
oh man, hey, hope them boys getting their mind right, because I mean that's really all you can say.
Yeah.
Get your mind right.
I wouldn't say this is like a tragedy of a generation of a family, legacy. I'll just be honest. Like boxing is similar. It's like history repeats itself a million times. We've seen people like Floyd getting arrested, doing some prison time. Like his career getting derailed, and then he comes back as the bad guy's money. We've seen, people get in trouble. We've seen people change narratives and come back and be great champions again. It's boxing's the beautiful thing about this sport of boxing, unlike football where you'll be free blackballed and whatever. Boxing is a redemption story. We've seen it with Bernard Hopkins doing as much time that he did, and the sport is forgiving because of his skills. And we've seen so many things. Tyson, going to jail, stuff happens in life. Who am I to judge whether it's mental health, whether it's legal issues? At the end of the day, it's a people first thing, person first before what they do. So hopefully the both brothers go get the help that they need. Relax. They've done what they have done. And sometimes it's okay to change it, to have the change of the guard and bring in some new faces in that ilk, from Houston, from whatever. Like it's the time to now, say, hey, let me go do the work on a personal level. They've won what they have won. They've earned what they have earned. And salute to the sport of boxing for giving people second chances, third chances.
Absolutely.
We've seen many versions of George Foreman. We've seen everyone you could come back, what's the word? Rebrand.
Reinvent yourself.
Reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not a lost cause, as most people want to say it's a tragedy or whatever.
True enough. True enough. And let me clarify too, because you're absolutely right. And in the time that they'll, you know, if they so choose to revisit the sport, it'd just be a different cast of characters at that point, you know. So
yeah.
Hey, maybe soon. They're in the later half of their career. They're in the twilight stages in their mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I still
a lot of the people that you mentioned that came back, Foreman, Hopkins, they were very stringent as far as their lifestyles. As far as getting back into the ring, or you know, being able to withstand age because of their personal lifestyle choices. So that's something we haven't really seen from the Charlos. So we will see. We don't want to write them off yet, but hey, you got to get right so you can get back in that ring.
absolutely. We always people first before the sport. Hopefully, the person is, you know, gets the help that they need, and life can happen. You know, we've seen some great fighters. Life happens. You know, AB. I don't even want to bring more names in. Zab Judah. We've seen life happen, and hey, I rather a healthy legend than, you know, a person trying to fight, you know, their legacy to come back or their whole legacy. Just bow out, do your thing, do the work. On that note, is this, man, we should end it on a more up. That was kind of sad, you know, kind of like, you know, sad.
Yeah,
oh, man,
we do that.
Is the loneliest sport. Boxing is the loneliest sport, man. It's real.
In journalism, we call this the inverted pyramid. So you put the most important, it's like you kind of rank it from like all the heavy details here to like the minuscule like that. So that's kind of what we just did right there, is that inverted pyramid type of, oh man.
But on a happier note, salute to Kam Gee on like how we started on, you know, early days of fatherhood. Salute to you, and man, respect to you for showing up today, because
thank you.
It's hard, especially when you're in these early stages. It's hard. I mean, not hard. It's a challenge. I hate the word hard. It's a challenge to keep, you know, time in, you know, because time is it's a precious commodity, especially when you have family that needs you. So salute to you. Salute to LT too, man. You have family over there. And making this commitment for people that watch this show, and just for the love of the sport, as being, you know, fans of the, you know, fans of combat sports. So big salute.
Absolutely.
On that note, LT, Kam Gee,
hey, who's fighting?